I've been thinking about something lately. After hearing someone use the quote, "What if things turn out even better than we expected?" I was thinking, why is it that the things we want the most, the hardest during the journey of trying to reach them? And I think it's not because it feels impossible, but because we deep down in our guts have this feeling like, I know this is meant for me. It puts on a layer of pressure that makes it so much more intense than just going after something that you don't necessarily care as much about. Now we're stuck between two thoughts. One that's, what if this is really meant for me? And the other, what if this doesn't work out? So which one are you supposed to listen to? One says stay calm, the other says stay realistic. Because the more you care, the higher the stakes feel. You think about it more, you replay it, you really put so much focus and emphasis on trying to reach that feeling that you're chasing and that you have in your gut that this is the right thing for me. But then you might freak out and say, what if this doesn't happen and I'm getting my hopes up? So instead of taking action, we hesitate, we overthink, we slow ourselves down, trying to protect ourselves from the worst case scenario. Like even this channel, a part of me thinks this can really become something meaningful. I could actually share my journey and help someone else out while I'm going through it. And the moment I start thinking about that, I start overthinking everything. What I say, how I sound, are my videos edited in a way that someone will like to watch them? Everything becomes a harder task than it should be. And I think we all have something like that, something we know in our gut is the right thing for us, but we hesitate because we don't know if it's gonna work out, and that's a really scary feeling. We assume the problem is, if I care too much, it may not work out. So we lower our expectations, trying to stay realistic. What if that's not the problem? What if the problem is trying to want something so deeply while preparing for it not to happen? Because those two things don't work together. One part is leaning in while the other is pulling back. You end up stuck, hesitant in the middle. So recently I tried something different. I decided to lean in. I asked myself, back to the quote that I heard, what if things actually work out better than I expected? And not in a delusional way, just enough to stop holding back. And what changed wasn't the outcome, because I'm not there yet, but what changed is how I started showing up. I stopped hesitating so much. I started taking action faster. I was more in it. And then the creative work became even more fun. I think a lot of us try to protect ourselves from disappointment by expecting less. But by doing that, we also show up less. Less energy, less effort, less belief in what we're going after. And that feeling you have, the one that tells you this is something you're really meant for, what if that actually means something? Maybe it's telling you to just go for it. I don't know if this will work out, but what I'm starting to question is, why is my default to expect less when deep down I already know that this is what I want? Because maybe wanting something deeply isn't the problem. Maybe it's the reason you should go all in on it.